Greeting to Dr. Faiz, my proponent and opponent members, as well as all of my classmates. I'm the second speaker, Lim Jia Singh. Today, I would like to state my point of views opposing the nuclear energy must be seriously considered to tackle climate change over unreliable renewable energy. I watched the video last week and I am happy to hear from you that you mentioned about the advantages of renewable energy, thus to protect environment by reducing the greenhouse gas emissions. It fits our topic today very well. Now we share the same view that renewable energy can contribute to tackling climate change. Next, the proponents say renewable energy is not that reliable. However, did the proponent give us the evidence that renewable is unreliable? Well, nuclear energy is very much reliable, so we need to consider it seriously. The proponent gave us 3 points, which seems like the advantages of nuclear power. When we look at it carefully, instead of renewable energy, the proponent compared nuclear energy over fossil fuel power plants in terms of radiation and carbon emission. Could it be a hidden message you don't want to tell us that renewable energy can actually outperform fossil fuel too? In a review of renewable energy by Obushu and Ashmadu in 2016, renewable technology are considered as clean sources of energy that decrease environmental impacts, produce minimum secondary waste, and are sustainable based on the current and future economic and social needs. It provides chances for mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions and reducing global warming. Now, when saying about nuclear power release less radiation, are you consider radioactive radiation when there is an accidental leakage? What are you going to do in handling such a big disaster? Please propose the safest way to handle the nuclear waste to us if you have any. If the disaster happens, we can evacuate as far as possible. But imagine, more and more countries are starting to install nuclear power plants. Where is the safest place for us to hide? On the other hand, renewable energy and electricity projects and energy efficiency measures could have helped benefit world millions of dollars a year, according to a study published online in Nature Climate Change. So we can compare the renewable energy and nuclear energy from the health impact to environment and human health. And I read your reference article and knew that you might saying Chernobyl and Fukushima power plant did not have more destructive life loss compared to industry accidents. But the things to look at here is the acute and chronic health impacts for the citizen that mainly look at the number of life lost. For example, 40 tons of methyl isocyanate gas leaked in India and many more natural disasters, all of them caused casualty. But the solar power plant or wind turbine failure has caused this scale of casualty at the same time, leaving with long-term health impacts to the resident nearby compared to nuclear power. From EPA articles, acute radiation syndrome or radiation sickness is a very high level of radiation exposure delivered over a short period of time to cause symptoms such as nausea and vomiting within hours and can sometimes result in death over the following days or weeks. On the other hand, exposure to low level of radiation may not cause immediate health effects, but the study showed that radiation exposure increased the chance of getting cancer. Children and fetus are especially sensitive to radiation exposure. They can disrupt the cell division process and cause cell damage. According to CDC, prenatal radiation exposure may cause growth restriction, miscarriage, and malformation, as shown in the photo on your right-hand side. Then, how about higher efficiency? Talking about higher efficiency of a nuclear power plant, many developer countries can build nuclear power plants to generate electricity. Doesn't mean other developing countries can follow in their footsteps. The cost of building such an infrastructure should be considered as well as the cost deal with the waste, the location, and the expert needed for waste disposal. The political issue and minimizing environment impact should be taken in account as well. Hence, its effects on climate change will not be obvious for other countries to predict it. So why don't we choose renewable energy over nuclear energy? Show me the uniqueness of nuclear power and energy that could not be replaceable but with other energy alternatives. Taking the statistic from Forbes News in 2020, renewable energy price fell record low in 2019. Unsubsidized winds range from 28 to 48, 54 per megawatts per hour, and unsubsidized utility scale solar range from 32 to 42 megawatts per hour. Factoring in subsidized wind price will be even lower. Now, unsubsidized clean energy range are lower than nuclear at 118 to 192 megawatt per hour. So, I need to mention Renewable Energy 100. It is a global initiative bringing together the world's most influenced business committed to 100% renewable electricity. Apple, Google, Microsoft, Starbucks, H&M, and many more companies have made a commitment to go 100% renewable. And I believe it will, in the future, reduce the price of renewable energy. And I think it will be a very strong influence to prove that renewable energy is a trend now instead of nuclear energy. So in conclusion, it is important for us to know what we aim to do. If we want to slow down the climate change, we have several forms of energy alternatives to choose. However, if we choose nuclear energy over renewable energy, will it bring us more disaster, more environmental issue worse than climate change itself? We don't know. We cannot predict and control it. If we want to have clean energy, carbon-free energy which is affordable, cost-effective, without any health issue concerns, I think the solution will be renewable energy. This is my reference list. There are a few sources worth noting here. First, the journal was getting from Taylor and Francis, an international company original in England that published books and academic journals. Thank you, UPM, for providing the access. Next, the website of EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, and CDC, a national public health agency in the United States. Photo from Woods, photographed by Jadwiga Brooks, and Telesur, a Latin American television network. Well, statistics from Forbes and American Business Magazine. That is all from us. Thank you.